First off, I should apologize for having this video come out so late. I wanted to do this yesterday, but I didn't have the time. And Saturday, well, it doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do today is that I'm just going to run off the movies that are coming out for this Oscar season. Movies have 4 seasons just like every year does, to me at least. There is what I call the toilet bowl season, which is January through February, which is when most of the studios release all of their movies that are bad and are not good. Some movies in those months are good, but they might have come out with like a limited release in December and then had a wide release in January, or like sometimes in February you'll have a really good gem like Deadpool or a Kingsman, but most of the time, most of the movies during those 2 months are the crap movies that the studios will put out that have no chance of going any further than that. Then you have the pre-summer season is what I call it, and that is March and April, and that's where most of the movies that come out that are okay, you'll get like a 300 movie there, or Batman v Superman, which I know the studio wanted that movie to be great, but that movie was just, I liked that movie, but it's just one of those seasons where just all the okay movies, and it's gearing you up for the summer movie season. But again, not every movie that season is just okay. Like The Winter Soldier and I think it was Furious 7 that came out in April. Those movies were great. So again, just like the toilet bowl season, not every movie in that season is just okay. Then you get the summer movie season, which is the longest season of the year, and this is just how I look at things. But the summer season is May, June, July, and August, which is when you get all your big blockbuster movies like an Independence Day or a superhero movie, a big sci-fi action thriller movie. But those are when most of the the big high expensive movies come out. And then you get the Oscar season, which is September, October, November, and December. Now, it's called the Oscar season because most studios will put out the most with the movies that they think that have the better chance of getting an Oscar at the end of the year, so it's more remembered, and not at the beginning of the year when they do the Oscars, because they don't do the Oscars like at the very end of December. They do it in like February or March. So they usually put out their well-known best movies of the year during the Oscar season, during the end of the year, so more people will go see them, so that more people will be more aware of their film because it came out later in the year instead of earlier that year. Okay, this past week we had Sully, which I thought was really, I really liked the film. I thought it was a riveting story, and I thought it was greatly directed. And how could you make a movie that's literally just about 208 seconds? But it was really more of a character piece about the Captain Sully, and the movie really shines in that it's a very good. There is a moment where I thought that it was dull. It kept moving the story forward and forward and forward, and you really start to see you really start to feel for the Captain Sully, that he's getting so much attention, and he doesn't want that. He just wants to go back to work. That's all he really wants to do. But out of an incident like this, he does know that this is how it's going to go for a little while. And that was really the only big movie that this past week. There wasn't anything bigger the other week, which had The Light Between Oceans and Morgan, which I didn't see any of those movies, but I hear that those are both skippable movies. But like I said, when it reaches that Oscar season, it starts to be more about dramas and horror movies, and not just big budgeted movies. So when The Light Between Oceans came out, I was like, okay, we are officially at the summer movie season has ended. We are at the Oscar season now. Next week will be Snowden, which I hear is getting some not so good reviews. I'm looking at it at Rotten Tomatoes and has a 44% critic rating, and I thought, and that's a shame because I really wanted to see that movie, and it looked really good. So I will probably still check it out, but it is really disappointing to see that it is not doing as well. Also that week is Blair Witch. Now I'm unfamiliar with the Blair Witch Project movie, and I heard that this movie was a reboot, but I also heard it was a sequel, so I'm not sure if I should see this movie or should I see the first one first. I'm not sure, but I'm hearing good things about it, so I will probably check that out too. And the next week after that is The Magnificent Seven and Storks. Now I really want to see Magnificent Seven. Trailers have really gotten me. The star cast with Ethan Hawke, Denzel Washington, Chris Pratt. The movie seems like a really fun time. It's based off of, it's a remake of the old Magnificent Seven movie, which is also a remake of an old Japanese film called The Seven Samurai. And if you haven't seen Seven Samurai, it's a movie that you have to see if you're going to be a film pundit like I'm trying to. You also, that week, you have Storks with Andy Samberg and Kelsey Grammer. I didn't really enjoy these trailers. I'm not really looking forward to this film. I feel like this is just a kid for the movies, and it's not like Pixar, where most people can enjoy it, not just kids, but Storks feels like it's just a movie for kids, and I hope it's better than the trailers have made it out to be, but my expectations aren't that high for this film. Alright, the next week after that you have Deepwater Horizon, which is a movie that the trailers have been okay to me. I am interested in the story. Mark Wahlberg looks great in it. Hopefully it delivers on the thrilling aspect in telling the story that was so damaging to the the ocean, sea, and the nature of it. Sorry if I butchered that, but it's again one of those based on a true story movies like Sully was, so I hope it's good. Then on October 7th you will have The Girl on the Train, which I'm feeling a vibe of Gone Girl, which I really enjoyed. Gone Girl had so many twists and turns, and I hope that the girl on the train has that. The twists, the turns, and you think it's going one way, but then it goes a different direction, and then it goes into another direction, and by the end of it, you're just like, "What's going on? Oh God, what's happening?" And then also that week is The Birth of a Nation. Now I saw the original Birth of a Nation, which is a very racist film, and it was made in 1915, and it was even controversial film during that era. And this movie is like, which from this movie I'm hearing a lot of controversial things about the director and the problems he had in his personal life, and I hope that doesn't have an effect on the film, because it looks really good. I'm hearing great things about it. I'm hearing that it could have been an Oscar contender, but since with all the controversy surrounding the director, and who knows what's going to happen if this movie will get even a nomination of that. On October 14th, you will have The Accountant. The Accountant is starring Ben Affleck and Anna Kendrick, and I've really been enjoying the trailers, and this film is definitely on my most anticipated for the Oscar season. I hope that this movie is really good, because it looks very original. Like you wouldn't think of a socially, well, I guess you would think of a socially awkward sociopath would be a hitman, or in this case he's just the accountant, but I'm pretty sure the accountant is just the accountant is just an alias. But it seems really good. The trailers have really grabbed me. I'm really looking forward to The Accountant. October 21st you will have Jack Reacher, Never Go Back. Now I really enjoyed the first Jack Reacher. I know some people didn't like the first Jack Reacher, but I really did. And the trailer for the sequel looks really good. It has like a Mission Impossible vibe to it, and most of Tom Cruise's action movies have been phenomenal of lately, with Edge of Tomorrow and Mission Impossible, and like I said, Jack Reacher, which I enjoyed. So I'm really looking forward to Jack Reacher, Never Go Back. And October 28th, you will have The Rings and Inferno. I'm not really looking forward to any of these movies, mainly because I did not see the original movies. But so, in the trailers for these two films haven't really grabbed me either. I've liked Tom Hanks in Inferno and Felicity Jones, but again, I will probably skip this movie since I have not seen the original. It's a rule of mine: if I haven't seen the first movie, I will not go see the sequel until I see the first movie. That's just a personal rule of mine. And Rings, it's same thing. I haven't seen the first two films. I heard that they're okay. I'm not a big horror film, but I do enjoy one when I do enjoy the good ones. So hopefully these films do well. Yeah, I never want to root for a film to do poorly, but I don't know. The jury's out on those two. And on November 4th, you will have the three big movies actually. You have Doctor Strange, another Marvel Studios film. They were doing pretty well with their track record. Trolls, the trailer was okay. I like the song. And then you have Hacksaw Ridge with Andrew Garfield, and directed by Mel Gibson. So, and I hear that this movie is really good, Hacksaw Ridge, but I'm not sure if there will be an Oscar, any Oscar chances, since it is Mel Gibson and he has such a bad taste in everyone's mouth ever since ever since he went out drinking. So who knows what's gonna happen? I'm really looking forward to Doctor Strange. It's a Marvel movie, and I bleed these comic book movies. I love them just as much as I love my Star Wars films. So hopefully that will be good. I'm sure it will, since it's Marvel and they haven't really made any movie that at least to me, haven't been terrible. November 11th, you will have The Arrival. Now, The Arrival, I saw the trailer for this thing, and it just grabbed me right away. I think that this movie is going to be a real telling of humanity and our society. And are we the good guys, or are we the bad guys and not the aliens? So I'm really hoping for this movie to be good. I hear it's amazing. It's directed by the same guy who did Sicario, which I love. Sicario was one of my favorite movies of 2014, or came out. Was it 2014 or 2015? I forget when that movie came out. But yeah, it's directed by the same guy. It has Amy Adams, Jeremy Renner, and Forest Whitaker, both phenomenal. They are all phenomenal actors, and I'm really looking forward to The Arrival, and may get an Oscar nomination from what I'm hearing about it. Okay, November 18th, you will have Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I'm curious about this movie. I think this movie will be good. It's written by, the screenplay is by J.K. Rowling, and it has Eddie Redmayne, which I thought was fantastic in The Theory of Everything. He looks like he fits into this world perfectly, and it's also a period piece. I'm very interested in this movie. I'm not sure if I'm looking forward to it as well. Hopefully it is as good as the last Harry Potter movies. It won't do as well, I can guarantee you, that Fantastic Beasts won't do as well as the Harry Potter movies, because it does not have that name, Harry Potter. But I'm sure it will do very well at the box office. Next, on November 23rd, you'll have Moana. Jury's out on this movie. Disney hasn't made any, like, all their Disney princess movies have been very, very good as of late, especially with the very successful of Frozen. I'm not sure I don't think Moana will do as well as Frozen, but this movie, from what I hear, it's very original from what they're going with, and that they're definitely mixing it up for Moana. It has Dwayne Johnson as the god of, I forget his character's name, but I have a feeling this is going to be a gem. This year have been really good with animated films, with Zootopia, Finding Dory, Kubo, and Moana. I don't think will disappoint at all. I think it's gonna be fantastic. On December 2nd, you have La La Land. Now, I'm not a big musical guy, but from the trailers, for whatever reason, it's grabbing me, and I'm very interested in this movie, and I want to see the chemistry between Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling, and they have good chemistry from the last movie that I saw them in, which was Crazy Stupid Love. And I think this movie will be a giant hit. Well, I don't know if it'll be a giant hit, but I do know that it should be pretty good from what I'm hearing about it. So I'm looking forward to La La Land as well. A lot of movies I'm looking forward to this year, this Oscar season. And then next December 16th, or I think it was December 16th, is Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Not much else to say. It's Star Wars. I'm gonna go say it. Moving on. And then to close out the year is When a Monster Calls. I've seen the trailers for this. I'm not sure what the audience is. I think it's going for kids, but it doesn't feel like a kids movie. It feels very well. It definitely has a Spielberg giant, Iron Giant, Brad Bird feel to it. So I don't know. I don't know about this movie, to be honest. I hope it's good. Like, I don't want it just to not be good. So, and that's it. And that's it for the year. I know that I missed a few fall movies, but those are the ones that I see. What movies are you looking forward for the end of the year? Let me know in the comment section below. Like this video if you did, and subscribe if you're new here.